Sweet. Yeah. Hey, yo.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. Remember that song?
No.
Who sang that? You don't remember that song?
No.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Is that...
It was like a poppy song.
You might have to do it one more
Anywhere
time.
I will love you. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Oh. I don't know, actually.
Anywhere
So it's not an old-timey song.
No.
Okay.
By the way,
Say something.
I talked to Choi because remember when we were on the phone and I was listening to Frank Sinatra, I think, and you told me that Choi was on a Sinatra kick.
Yeah, Choi was on a heavy, yeah.
And I was on the phone with him and I told him about that and he's like, dude, search on YouTube.
He immediately conferred. He didn't even say yes or no.
He already had it in the pocket. He goes, go to YouTube, search Frank Sinatra MSG. He goes like 1974.
Yep.
Did he tell you about this?
Yeah, My Way, right? This one performance.
He says he was in tears.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I watched it. Did you watch it?
It's incredible.
It's insane. Do you want to say how he starts? Do you remember how he starts?
Oh, shit. I don't know if I remember.
He goes, everybody now, the national anthem. But no need to stand. And then he goes into My Way. And then he ends, and it's just an uproarious standing out.
Yeah, everyone is freaking out.
He's the coolest guy in the world, huh?
Dude.
Sinatra.
There was So one thing that pops out to me about Sinatra is like... so we got to talk Sinatra now.
Of course, we got nothing else. I've got a little ditty, but I want to save it for mid-pod for only the true fans.
Yeah, you pin it. Right. When
good little lead. Now people are going to be fast-forwarding.
The 30-minute mark.
I got nothing.
The 30-minute mark is usually when we...
Right. That's when we kick it into high gear.
Yeah. If people stick around.
Yeah. You think any of our true fans actually fast forward to minute 30 because they know that the first 30 minutes is garbage?
I don't know. I could ask my sister though because she would know.
Yeah.
She would
Sinatra.
So
enough about the pod.
Good God, get off the pod. It's just like it's like a fly to shit.
Yes.
I'm just like, I want to go to talk about the pod so bad.
It's a comfort. It's there because we know what's going on with the pod. Part of me thinks you have no idea what you're about to say about Sinatra.
That's such a good point. Okay, I got a couple things about Sinatra. One is the way
delayed. I got a couple things about Sinatra.
Which I'm still not saying.
One is...
But it still is not out of my mouth.
Yeah, all right.
So, this might be difficult to explain too, but the way when he sings his songs, it makes you feel like they're so good, the songs are so good. Do you ever get the feeling like it doesn't sound like someone wrote them? Like they're that good. You're like, oh, there's no way like a person wrote this.
I was wondering, like as I was watching, I was like, did Sinatra write this or he has writers?
That's what I'm saying.
He's got to have writers. He's not pumping out all these hits, right?
That's what happens to me. I go, oh my God, that guy wrote this song. Like someone actually wrote this song.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me. Like sometimes I hear songs and I go, oh, that's such a good song. No one individual wrote Somewhere Over the Rainbow or something like that. Like you think. So that's one thing about it. It was like, I was like.
Have you ever tried to write a song?
I don't know if I'm actually doing that because I write poetry sometimes.
Right.
And I don't know if they sound like song lyrics though.
Right.
You have probably tried to write a song, right?
I've wrote a song. I've written multiple like musical things, but as far as lyrics, I've only written one complete song, and it was terrible.
You like sat down and you did.
I was on a flight one time.
Yeah.
I was in this band in college, Baby Shower.
Right. The Baby Shower.
I was in the band.
That might be the first time we've explained.
Yeah.
Why it's called baby shower?
I was on a flight and we had like an upcoming, and my buddy James, who was like the other guy in Baby Shower.
James.
He was the lyricist. He was an English major, all this stuff. And he sang all the songs. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want to get a little spotlight here.
Oh, you're like George Harrison.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Your buddy's
Exactly.
like, relax, George.
So there's this one flight where I had the napkin from the water, and I broke out a little pen, and there was like a hot girl next to me, so I was trying to look cool. So I started scribbling on this napkin.
Cool.
It's so cool, but also so lame. Because
so
they
lame.
know that you have other options of writing. You have a phone. I've got like a notebook there too. I just decided to do the napkin.
Yeah, you tell her, you're like, I think it comes out.
Could I use your napkin? Can I get some more napkins over here?
You finish your napkin?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, come on. Can I have more napkin? That's funny. Was it a wet? It's like a...
As you bring it up, as you try to read it, it's kind of creasing over too, so you have to kind of place it against the back.
Window?
Yeah, the window.
The napkin. Why is that so cool? Why is the napkin so cool?
I think the reason is because only someone with that thinks that they have an idea that cannot wait will use the napkin.
Oh, that's so smart.
Anyone else will just wait for a
This
notebook, a phone. Right. The napkin is very, I need to get this down.
Yeah. It's a very passionate.
Right.
I don't want to lose it.
Right.
This is the lyric.
I've got something in my head that needs to get out and needs to be documented right now.
Yeah. I love that. And then, or you don't have any other option or something.
Right.
Like at a bar or something. I feel like maybe that is big at like bars.
Right. That's the sexiness factor.
Yeah.
Napkins can serve many different functions in different arenas.
Oh my God, that'd be really funny if you just brought napkins as your right.
They go, do you have a business card? You pull out a napkin, you write down your number and your name and your title.
That's brilliant. That's someone will remember you that way on like a damp napkin.
That would be killer.
I love
it's
that.
It's a nice
idea.
napkin too.
I love. Oh yeah, like a
nice
yeah.
like.
That's weird. You know, like nice.
You see him using it later.
Like in those bathrooms, they have those like super nice napkins. You know what I'm talking about? They're actually like hold up better.
Right.
Like at hotels and stuff.
Right.
Those,
it's thicker. It's not as comfortable.
No.
It's a little bit more hard. And there's maybe some like some like style, like flowers on the corners and stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that. It's not comfortable.
Like a golf club napkin.
Yeah. Yeah. But you wrote on that. So you actually did write it on a napkin, or you were just fucking around? You did.
Oh, I ended up I think I was fucking around at first.
So funny.
And then I realized I was like, I need to write something down on here. I can't just futz around. And I was like, all right, let me write a song.
Sometimes I'll write in a book. I write in my books.
Yeah.
As like an option.
I feel like you'd probably write a good song.
I do think I should show you some of the...
Should we do an edit for my doc on one of the synth tracks? I have you kind of singing over top some lyrics.
Yeah, I mean, I've been told I don't have a terrible singing voice, but I never sing, so I don't know if it's true. You know what I'm saying?
You mean no? There's nothing to tell the person whether you have a good singing voice or not. So when people tell you that, you look at them, you're like, you've never heard me sing.
Yeah, well, they'll
like
never heard me sing. That actually, I do feel like's happened once or twice, where people are like, "You have a good voice, like a good singing." And I'm like, "But why would you think that?
Why is this coming up now?"
You've never
Did you do karaoke?
Yeah, like I did one time. One time I did for my buddy's birthday. He was like, everyone has to karaoke.
Yeah.
He made everyone do it. And so I was like, fine. And then, but I got up and I did Nothing Hold Me Down by Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
So I rapped. But people were like, whoa. It was like a real performance. I put my all into it.
I imagine you'd be really good at karaoke.
Yeah. And it was on stage. Do you remember the Upper East Side? Iggy's, this bar? It was in New York City. They're like, no, because there's
Why did you just? What was that sentence? You go. Remember on the Upper East Side, Iggy's. It was in New York City.
Yeah, that was the sentence. I don't know why I talk like
it's on the Upper East Side.
I don't know why. I could have moved those.
What? It's
around.
a bar. Did it have a mic there?
Yeah,
I think I may have been there.
I think comedy. Yes,
I think I tried doing a mic there and it like wasn't happening or something.
Yeah, Michael Verdi. Shouts outs to Verdi. Used to do
Verdi.
Verdi, great guy, funny guy, very funny guy. He was doing once in a while. He would do stuff up there, as I remember it. I remember Gardez hosting a mic up there one time.
Yeah.
And me being like, am I going to try to make this Iggy's on the Upper East Side? That's where it was, though.
Yeah.
So it was on stage. The stage was like 5 feet high. So, like, everyone was being watched each time, you know?
Yeah.
So it went, but still, not singing.
That's the thing about karaoke.
Yeah.
Is that, the voice, people love a good voice, right?
Yeah.
They're cool with that. They're like, this person's piping it out, but most people don't have a good voice, right?
This person's piping it out.
If
That's great side banter at karaoke. This person's piping
there
it
is that. When I go to karaoke, me and my buddies will go to karaoke every now and then, probably like once, twice a year.
Wow, that doesn't seem high, but it is high.
It's very high.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of karaoke.
Oh, you got to
and
tell me.
We've got like, we'll pay attention to who's pumping it out there. And we'll be like, that's a tough follow. I hope I'm not next. That's a tough follow. They got a duet going up there. It's two guys singing like beautiful music.
Yeah, that's
like
embarrassing.
Disney tunes. Like when someone throws up a Disney song, I'm like, dude, this is killer.
Disney, it's so true. Disney, you
like
can't
Frozen.
follow Disney.
Yeah, it's impossible. And then you come up with some hack like Bruce Springsteen, and everyone's like, dude, you just ruined the mood.
Yeah. What's that? Kings of Leon? You come up with like Kings of
Bohemian
Leon.
Rhapsody, and you're like, all right, dude. Cool Bohemian Rhapsody call out.
That's a real thing, though. Like, if you like watch some people, because that happens in comedy too. Like, but you're like the concept of following someone. You're like, oh fuck, like this person, that was beautiful. Now
and the best is after a really good performance, sometimes they'll be like, all right, Chrissy's up now with Shakira. And then no one goes up. They're like, last call for Chrissy.
Oh, yeah.
And Chrissy's there, but she just doesn't want to go up. She's like, not after that. But I think the performance aspect, if you're not a good singer, the performance aspect is big.
Yes.
I get really I go, come on, let's go, team.
Yeah.
I'll start dancing a little bit as I'm doing it. I'm facing them.
That's so much part of it, though. That's performance art.
Yeah.
That's part of comedy. That's part of anything performing. You got to be, it's like the entertainer side.
Right. And then during a karaoke, sometimes you'll have instrumentals, right? Where like it's during a song and it goes instrumental 4 bars. And now it's just music. There's no lyrics.
And
that's when you pump them up. You go, all right, baby grand.
We're
going to have the time of our lives tonight.
Yeah, you move around, use the whole stage.
Yeah. I go Grease, Frankie Valli.
Wow.
That's my go-to.
Wow. I don't even know.
And I feel the light. We got a loving thing. We got to
I don't know that song
right.
very well. I got to admit, I would have
Grease
to rewatch.
Is the world, is the world. It's got groove. It's got feeling.
Is that Travolta?
No, it's like the intro, like cartoon. You know when the intro is like a cartoon, I'm pretty sure, of the cars going
Dude,
around.
I got to rewatch. You're just bringing up something. That's like a
Grease
movie.
is a
Your boy.
killer.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, what a great. Wow. Okay, I'm going to rewatch that.
I think my first crush ever was what's her name at the end, Sandra D. In that
Sandra D. That's perfect. When you're a little kid, that's a perfect. How old were you, do you think? No, that's spot on though. It's funny because it's really true.
But especially that last scene where she's in that all jet black leather.
Oh, I know what you're. Oh,
and
dude,
she comes out all like now badass. Like she used to be the nice girl, and then all of a sudden, just for the last scene, she comes out and she's like, "What's up, stud?" Like, and puts out the cigarette with her heel. What's
the
good?
bad girl now?
Yeah, for one scene.
And your fucking tiny
And I'm
brain
like,
is like,
whoa,
ooh, Sandra D.
Sandra D, you temptress.
You're telling your friends at school.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, you see Grease.
Have you guys seen Grease? That's a weird phenomenon.
Watch it to the end.
That's a weird phenomenon when you're young where you're like into like you're not into porn because it would be weird if you were watching porn or that kind of stuff.
Right.
So you're like, and not into like chicks who are like trying to look hot. Like you're into like scenes in movies or shows.
Right.
I remember I thought the woman in The Nanny was very hot.
I don't know if I.
Do you remember that show?
I can't a little bit, but not. I
Yeah,
can't place it.
that was like one of my first. It was a sitcom, and I'm like, oh, this woman, The Nanny's so hot, and she's not doing anything. You know, she's just kind of like it's just a show. But,
Yeah. I remember when I was in like a kid, my buddy Jack Randazzo, he had an older brother, and his older brother was like allowed to have like hot chick posters.
Yeah.
So we would go in and like look at his posters on the wall, and like it was these girls.
That's
like
so funny.
they're like half naked and stuff.
That's so. Posters is a great call. So I got in trouble when I was young because this is great. I stole a poster of Jenny McCarthy from Sam Goody. Do you ever remember the store Sam Goody?
No, it was a
like
store.
a music
I thought it was
store.
a guy, like who stole it from like your buddy. Take it down from his wall.
Roll it up.
It's mine now, dude.
Sam. Yeah, I'll see you
Sam,
later.
I'll see you later, man. Put it under your shirt. It's all crumpled.
Bro, so that's what I did in the store. I put it under my shirt.
Was it rolled up, or
Yes,
did you fold
no,
it?
I was rolled up.
You maintain the consistency of the
consistency. Right. This is a great story. I've never told this story really. I was so embarrassed. I maintained the consistency. I walked out. It was like one of those hot empty. She was in like a bikini.
Yeah.
So hot. And then I got home and
what kind of store is Sam Goody? Is it like
it's a music store.
All right.
So CDs,
Right.
like a tower music, just a regular music store.
Was it one of those places where they would have the posters?
Yes.
And it was a folder of posters, and you'd flip through.
Yes, in like the corner.
Yeah.
And you would like move each. That's right. And you're like, wow.
When's the last time
I
you
know.
saw one of those, dude?
I loved those because you could actually see the fucking.
Yes, what you're gonna get.
Yeah. What are you gonna get? That's exactly right. And then you would have to go. So then below there would be a bin, and you would like there would be a corresponding bin, and you would see your poster, which would have a number, and then you would go to the bin and take it out.
Right.
Below. That's how the like system worked. And they had bands.
A4.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like,
A27.
yeah, pretending that I was gonna get like a Metallica poster.
Right.
And I was like, okay. You know. And it's long, so it's fucking weird to pull out. Dude.
And then you kind of look into the cellophane to make sure that it's the right one. You kind of see if it has the same color.
That's
you go,
right.
Is this the... Yeah, it's got blue. I see blue. This is the right poster.
Man, you just nailed that. It was like there was red on it, and I remember distinctly being like, okay, there's the red outline. Wow, you remember that really well.
Yeah, I do.
Because you don't want to, because there's idiots that like put the in
messing
the wrong,
around
in the wrong bin. And my friend worked there too, Jeff Nixon, which is we know
Sam
Nix.
Goody? Yeah.
So that was funny too. You worked there, so
I hope I never meet Nix because it would ruin my whole. He'll never be able to live up to what my idea of him is.
Yeah. There's so many references we've made that it would be hard to even put a picture together in your mind, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
He ended up getting in trouble, by the way, for stealing like thousands of dollars from Sam Goody. It was really bad. So he would like turn off the like the sensors when people were gone, and like our buddies would come and take a bunch of stuff.
No.
I swear to God. It was like a lot of merch. My other friend too got in trouble for
what kind of stuff? CDs, and DVDs.
Yep, CDs, DVDs. Because we were using CDs in my day.
Right.
It was nothing. There was no other digital means.
The Discman.
Yep.
With the skipping.
Yep, the skipping and the and
remember when you couldn't walk with a CD player because it would jiggle and skip, so you had to have the CD player on the table to listen to it?
Yeah, you had to put it on like the middle console or a table or
how bad was that?
It was
sound, man. Can you imagine getting a Discman and listening with those headphones? The quality of music?
I honestly can't, because I remember too that we used to there used to be tape. I remember tape. I was around at the end of tape. So CD was new. Can you even believe that?
Oh, yeah.
Cassettes, Cassettes, yeah. My Jeff and his dad would pick us up in this Land Rover, and we would drive around, and we were using tapes in the beginning. Mr. Nixon was putting tapes into his car, like Luther Vandross, all these, and they were awesome music. But
rewinding the tapes.
Yeah, like yeah, that's what it was like. Yeah. The time of your life. Dude, it was nuts. We had like the Will Smith tape. He had like a Will Smith tape. But yeah, CD.
You stole the thing.
So I stole the thing.
Or do you want to continue?
No. This is good because I forgot it where I even was. We stole the thing.
I've got a few pins, dude. We still got to finish your Sinatra list.
Oh my God! Did I not say? Oh, there's one other thing.
You said I got a couple. You said the first thing.
Yeah. We got a couple pins. So. Well, now I'm thinking about what the Sinatra thing was, but let's finish the.
Now you're going to really drag out this story to hope that I forget, so you don't have to, because you don't have a second Sinatra thing.
Well, now I'm wondering if my second Sinatra thing was actually a Choi thing that he told me.
Right,
so now it's not my thing. We'll leave it. But there's another. So I get home and. Like I was like planning to like, this was like unravel it and like, be like, oh, she's so hot, you know, and I think I was masturbating. I think I was doing this at this time. I think so. I think I was.
Pre-masturbation where you just kind of look at it, you're like, oh man.
What do I do with this?
Oh, dude, this is sweet. All right, let me put it away.
That's so healthy. That's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All right, let me put it away. All
right, I'm coming down, Mom.
Let me go back. We got dinner.
We got dinner. So I can't remember exactly how this unfolded, but I think I got home and I felt so guilty. This is how I remember it. I was in the garage, and our garage was connected to our house, which I guess all garages are.
I'd say the majority, but it was.
yeah, but not all, but not every.
It's a weird clarifying thing. Usually, people would say, "And my garage isn't connected to the house." That's the only time they would add that detail.
So the back hall where you took your shoes off and stuff was where you could get to my garage in my house.
Right.
There was a door. So my mom must have heard me come in. And so she was in the kitchen. And so she walks over, and I have gone into the garage now, and I'm trying to pull it out of my clothing and stash it. And she's like, doesn't see me exactly, but it's like, what are you doing? She was like, Matt, what's going on? And I was like, oh, nothing. And I'm such a bad liar that she was like, what were you putting down there? And I was like, oh, nothing. And she was like, no, I saw you. And I was like, no, it really wasn't anything. And then she was like, Matt, tell me. And I just was like, felt terrible. So I was like, I took this poster.
I've got a Jenny McCarthy poster.
Yeah. And I like told her I stole. And I felt so bad. I felt so guilty. I was like, I didn't. She was like, did you buy? I was like, no, I took it. And I think she made me bring it back.
Ooh.
Yeah, as I remember, I had to go back. And
Did she go with you?
Yeah. Yeah, as I remember.
Did you have to tell the guy, hey, I saw this, or did you try to like re-put it in sneakily? Like you snuck it back in and then like...
That would be so funny if I just like had to like put it back without them knowing. My mom's like outside, don't get caught this time. You know what? I'm going to see my mom tonight. I'm going to ask her because I think I just brought it in and she was like old school, like the 1950s. And this is my like, no, you tell him what you did.
Right.
You tell the man and you learn your lesson, right?
Yeah.
It was some fucking pimply teenager. He's not going to get me in trouble. You know, it's probably Nixon. Jeff stole this. So anyway, that's and you know what? Good on her because there was a lesson like.
Yeah, you got to do that. If you're a parent, you got to be like, you're bringing this back and you're going to tell the guy.
Yeah, it was a great. It was like I did like because I felt guilty and it like confirmed. It was like I shouldn't have done that. You need to
instill these moments into your kids where you go, you should be feeling like shit for this because if you don't feel like shit for this, then you're going to do it again, and now you're going to be a thief.
Yeah. And I never did fall into that like. Thief world. Like I stole a CD. There was another story where I stole a CD a few years later and I felt equally as bad and like stashed it in the woods or something.
Did you ever like
stupid.
Did you guys ever like rob golf courses?
I love that the podcast got to the point where you asked that question.
What statute of limitations?
Yeah. It's your
as
way
my lawyer.
Past.
Am I good?
You're
even in high school.
Yeah, you're way past. You're good.
I used to work at.
That's funny.
I used to caddy at Hartford Golf Club.
Oh, okay.
And my buddy lived right by there, and we would go steal kegs sometimes from. We were in just high school. Like that was the easiest way in our mind to get beer. Was to break in to a golf course, clip the keg, and then hustle it out there. Yeah, sometimes we had to clip the hose and stuff.
That's
like there was sometimes there was damages. Like there,
that's the best part.
And I always hated doing it because I'm not a risky guy, you know. So I would always be lookout. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay outside. You guys go in. I'll let you know. And wait.
Let me just say something real quick because that's so brilliant what you just brought up. It's like almost archetypal that like the guy who's like the most nervous is always the lookout getaway guy.
Yes.
What is that? Wow.
And
even
also,
in movies they are.
Right.
If you're the weakest guy, you're not the guy in the vault with the gun and you're like out in the car like, come on guys, you know?
And you're still the most scared, even though you're
Yeah.
You're like, oh, come on, please.
Yeah,
quick.
Even though you're lookout, you're still fucking pets. You know what? That's why they put you out there, though, because it's the least important job, probably.
Yeah, and you being out there kind of magnifies it because you have no one to, like, console with as you're out there. You're like, wait, did they go all right? Are they...
Right,
what's going on in there?
Yeah.
What's happening in there?
Yeah. Dude, look
out. Should I go in there? Do I stay? What do I do?
That's a bit, dude. You should try. Look out because you're a coward is so funny, dude. You stay out here. That is in everything. You see
and
that
you
in
volunteer
everything.
it. And no one else is like, no, you go in. They like you volunteer, and they're like, yeah, go, yeah.
They may even go. Maybe you should hang back on this one. You know, where they ask you to like skip one, and you're like, no, all right, fine.
I'll be 100 yards away. I won't be fully in, but I'll be kind of around. You know.
Dude, look, so you would do... So, okay, this is great. So you
got binoculars. I'm ready, guys.
You would do... Yeah, you're like back at the house. You have binoculars. Oh, look out, because you're a coward. Or you just have, or you could say you have a strong moral compass. Because the other thing is, I would feel, I'm the same way. I just feel guilty.
Right.
You know? So you would be lookout.
I'll be lookout. And there's this one time we robbed Hartford Golf Club. And we robbed multiple golf clubs. This wasn't just, we robbed Avon Country Club, Hartford Golf Club, maybe Hot Meadow. I don't know if we did Hot Meadow because that was our hometown country club.
Yeah,
we didn't want to. But we robbed. We stole a keg, right?
Yeah.
Because we had a party that weekend.
Okay, so that makes sense.
I think it was. Here's what I think it was. I think we had prom that weekend on like a Saturday night.
Yeah,
and
Prom's
we went.
A big deal, though.
We went Friday night.
Beer, yeah.
To steal the keg.
Yeah.
And I had to go caddy the next morning.
Oh my God, the day of prom?
The day of prom I had to caddy.
Wow, you're such a workhorse.
And go to the place that I just stole from.
Really? That's even.
So listen to this. So we steal the keg.
You come in like,
and we're all hanging outside after stealing the keg at this guy's house, and he's like, I can't keep it at my house.
Yeah.
They go, put it in your trunk.
No way.
Keep it in your trunk. And I was like, dude, I got work tomorrow.
Yeah, I got to show up.
I got to show up. And they're like, they're not going to search your trunk. They're never going to guess you. Your fingerprint. And, back then we think that, prints are being, if there's a robbery, they're, checking prints and stuff.
Yeah, you're so paranoid and stupid when you're young that you think, the cops are going to show up and dust.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, my prints might be on this.
Yeah.
So we ended up putting it in they convinced me to put it in my trunk.
Put it in your trunk.
So the next morning I went to the crime scene to work, and I had
You must have been so
I was losing
scared.
It.
Everyone talking to you that day, you must have been just hearing shit.
I was waiting till the end of the round when I come back from caddying to my car. I was waiting for there to be a cop there.
Yeah. That's all day. I bet you're just when
then
you're
the beer
young,
sucked that night too because it was all warm. It was in 90-degree trunk all day. It was terrible. It's all fizzy. It was all foam.
It's so funny to. Was it really not it?
It was terrible. Yeah, it didn't even really work.
It's so funny to think about some guy somewhere who's was wondering who's stealing keg. There's several people that have are missing kegs. You guys were a bit of a rep. You guys had a bit of a rep.
Yeah, there were multiple golf courses that had alcohol stolen from them.
Yeah. That's funny.
Where were we? Stolen?
Showing up to the golf club.
You stole your thing.
Yeah, well, I stole, and then
McCarthy poster.
Yup.
Jack Randazzo poster.
Yup. Well,
Sandra D. I'm backtracking to see where the last pin was.
Well, there was
karaoke singing.
Yeah, karaoke.
Are we back to Sinatra?
We might be all the way back to Sinatra.
I'll give you
Sinatra.
I'll give you a break so you can think about what your second one. My favorite, the thing that I was super impressed by this video.
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
World's most famous arena. Most people when they do Madison Square Garden, there's a stage on one side,
Yeah.
and it's big, and they have, He had just a little boxing ring in the middle, and everything around it was full.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That might be the most people that have ever fit in Madison Square Garden. Because all other events,
it's a good point.
There's a big stage, there's all this stuff, all this show. All he needed was a platform and the mic. He's not showboating around either. No. He's not going the end is near, He's literally just sitting there singing, letting his voice and the music and the lyrics speak. Everyone's in it's amazing.
Yeah. That's actually quite related to you pretty much said it.
You're gonna piggyback?
Yeah, it was pretty much. It was like I get blown away by how simple what he's doing is.
Yes.
Even though there's so many people watching him, it feels like he's so naked. He's just singing and it's very like you said. There's not a lot of fanfare.
Is there anything like that? There's no lights. No.
If you're good at stand up, it's very like Chappelle to me. Like there's not a lot
music
else there.
wise.
Yeah. You mean like
maybe like Adele? Like you think Adele goes out there and just kind of, or does she dance around? She might have like backup.
Like that's so funny. People who dance around. Yeah, no, Adele probably.
Like Shakira's doing cartwheels.
Well, they used to do that. Those crooners, Tony Bennett, those guys. My grandfather loves those guys. Yeah. They're crooners. They like.
What's a crooner? I love that word. What's a crooner?
It's like a guy, like a lounge singer kind of guy that just like stays put for the most part, belts, gives you voice, and just sings these great songs with heart. They're great songs too. Like they almost each of them have like a beginning, middle, and end. They all tell a story.
Yeah, it's a story.
Yeah. And that's like
I did it my way. Yeah. I don't think I've ever until that video. I never really listen. I've listened to it, but I haven't listened to the lyrics. I was like, this is an insane
it's really
song.
Impressive. It's basically about like his whole life.
Yeah, he's like, I've been knocked down. I've had great times, bad times.
Exactly.
I did it my way. And
you're like, it's such a well-written song that's hard to believe he ever. And this was like the Beatles doc we were talking about.
Right.
The other day. It's hard to believe one person with all their flaws and what it's like. It's like you and I know what it's like to be a human and try to create things. Christ. And then one day, or maybe over multiple days, but at some point he wrote that. I did it my way. It's just it's very interesting to picture him. Such a good song.
You did it your... No.
You know what it reminds me of, too, a little bit, too, is Jerry Seinfeld. So Jerry Seinfeld got to this point with comedy where he's so smooth that it feels almost like it's too easy, and then it's like almost not comedy. It's something else almost. Yeah. Because comedy's like looks messy usually, at least a little bit.
Right.
You see it a little bit. And when I saw him at the Beacon, and I was like, man, it's so, and like Sinatra, it's so smooth. It's so like a great jump shot, like a jump shot that's like so smooth, or a batting swing that you're just like, man, that's like a thing of beauty.
Right. It's so perfect that it separates itself from the actual underlying thing.
You're like, it's not the
You're
thing
like, anymore. Was that a jump shot? That was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. That was just art. It's so true, though. When it's done really, 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 really well.
Yeah.
And also, this is what Troy brought up. The emotionality, it's a brilliant point what he says. Like, he's sort of acting the song, Sinatra, which is to say, like, when he says parts of it, he feels like...
We'll do like a little...
Yeah, like Joy was like, when he says New York, like, he feels that part of his life. Like, when he's like, I've been knocked down. Like... You can tell he's in his mind when he was knocked down. He's not just like, I was knocked down. No, he's like, I was knocked down. And you're like, oh, he's like at the point where he's not.
You think he's tried various versions? You think he's workshopped what to do in that moment? Or do you think he's like truly feeling it? Do you think it's just autopilot?
I think he's truly, and this is I think he truly found the things that mean a lot to him.
Right.
And he goes there. Maybe it's become so habitual that he can go there.
Now that's the 20,000th time they've sung it.
Yeah, he can probably pull it up.
It's like I do that when I...
Yeah.
It's like an act out.
Yes. But you really do need, if you really want it to hit...
Right.
Excuse me. The emotionality of really feeling it. Not pretend that you're like great at, like if you're really just actually feeling it, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the other thing is it could just be something that makes him feel happy, or like when he's like, I did it my way. Like you can feel he almost sounds victorious.
Right.
I don't know what the hell he's thinking about, but
Sinatra.
I used to have a record, dude. I still have it, I guess. Like an old Tony Bennett record my grandfather had that I would put on, and it's like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because he's like in a nightclub singing, and you can hear like the glasses,
the chatter,
and people, and he's just people are clapping at the end of each one. He's just crushing these.
Isn't it kind of interesting how artists like the chatter and the glasses and the little bit of murmur, the shake, the guy making drinks in the back, when it comes to music, enhances the music in a way because it's a little lively. But with comedy, you don't want to hear the shake, or you don't want to hear. Yeah, you almost want dead silence.
Yeah, you usually don't want
anything to distract you.
Yeah, unless the guy's like kind of a
Nah, you don't want anything.
You don't want anything.
You want nothing.
You don't want it to distract.
I've got a good story for you off pod though. By the remind me of last week, this past baby shower show.
Oh man,
it's funny, man.
Hell's yeah, that's a David's Cafe exclusive.
Yeah,
that's funny. Well, yeah. Thursday I got into a good hang over at Cellar.
What do you mean?
77.
Oh, I thought you meant Comedy Cellar.
No. Oh, yeah, that would have been the test.
I was like, please share.
Please. No, one time. Did I ever tell you the one time, though, I went over there?
With Guillaume, right?
Yeah, and sat up at the olive tree, and they were like hanging out.
What was going on at 77? What mic did you do? The late one?
No, the 4 o'clock.
The Conti?
I don't know the guy's name. No, it's not Conti.
Walsh?
It's Sasha Guillaume's mic usually, but there was another guy there. I forget his name, like Josh maybe or something.
Who was over there?
Menno, Yarish, Kraus. Got some wings. And then the people were around. They were popping into later stuff. So Greg and Rob. Yeah, they were coming around. It was pretty nice out, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun. Saw Spider-Man.
How was it?
I loved it. I was crying.
1 out of 100. What would you give it? 86?
No, that's too much. Like 75. 75.
75?
Yeah. But like that's like damn good. It's like a fucking
especially for a superhero movie.
Yeah. Like what? Like
I want your score 1 to 100 uncurved. Yeah. So you're not curving, being like, well, it's a superhero movie.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to curve
on the grand scale of all movies.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. That's why I always can you talk about like rating women anymore, or are we gonna get like canceled for talking about how guys used to do? She's like an 8, a 9. Is that?
You can still rate.
Can you do that?
I'm assuming.
It seems very misogynistic.
They do. I actually brought this up to Schwartz.
Did you really?
I was at a show with Schwartz, and he was telling me about all the girls that DM him after shows.
Oh my god!
And I'm like, "Are you considered attractive?" I was like confused by how many girls were DMing him.
That's so insulting. I love it.
I go, "Are you attractive?" Like, I go, "What would you say you are on a scale of 1 to 10?"
Right. What did
he goes, I don't know. What do you think you are?
That's someone who doesn't want to answer.
And I go, I think I've told this on the pod.
Yours is very reasonable.
I think I'm a 6.
That's even low.
No. I'm like a 6'2" to a 6'7" looks wise. But listen to this. I think full package, I'm like a 9'2", 9'3".
Yeah. Okay, so
I think I'm pretty good full package.
You are a pretty good full package.
If I get the finances, funny,
accountability. You're not a fucking drinking pot, like right.
Tall
lifestyle.
I've got fantastic genes.
Yeah.
If you're looking for some guy to
you have good
have
genes.
a baby with, 6'7", blonde, blue eyes,
Yep.
athletic.
You're tall. As a package, I like this.
I can dunk.
I
just start for the next 5 minutes. I just start.
Yo, that's a bit.
I've got a good jump shot.
So funny. If you go up and start talking about, like, you say that, you're like, I'm 6.2 to 6'7",
Yeah.
but you know, it's full package. Like, I'm much higher. I'm 9'2". Like, and then you start listing,
qualifying,
and then you just go on to like go for like 3.
Yeah, I clip my nails at a good rate. I'm not letting my nails grow. I make my bed.
You clean up after, but you do that. See, I was wrapping that into accountability.
Yeah.
You're you have lifestyle and accountability for you is like strong.
I've got plants that are alive.
Yep. You set goals. You have deadlines.
Right.
There's things about you that are,
wake up early.
Yes. Wake up early is huge. I think women like, not all women, but I think someone who gets up early.
They like to wake up, roll over, and there's no one there. And they're like, yeah, he's out there. Thank God, because I didn't want to speak to him this morning.
A woman likes a go-getter because that's the man. He's got to go out there and do his.
Right now, we're getting into cancel culture.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
you can't say what male roles are.
Because here's the thing, though. I always
this is not my view.
Yeah, this is just me. Because I always think of Hitch. So what I feel bad about when I sleep in is like in Hitch. Because Eva Mendes is my favorite woman ever, maybe the hottest. And Hitch gets up. He gets up
Eva
and he
Mendes
goes
in Place Beyond the Pines.
Oh, bro. But he gets up and he goes and gets tea for her. And he comes back and he does the move. He's like, tea or coffee, tea or coffee. And she's like, tea. He's like, I was hoping you'd say that. And he's like attacking.
What?
Yeah.
That's such
Hitch
a good
is one of
line.
dude, Hitch is the best romantic comedy of all. I'm the rom-com guy. It's the best rom-com ever. Will Smith is a movie star. Eva Mendes is a movie star. Albert, Kevin James is the funniest dude.
I'll do that move if I like a girl. I'll be like,
Yeah.
I'll be like, do you like smoothies?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'll throw a smoothie up, dude.
Yeah, smoothie, it's nice. And she's like, oh no.
Now we're refreshed.
Ava goes, oh no, you're a morning person, aren't you? And he's like, yeah, I like to start each day with as on purpose. Like he says, as if I go into each day as if you meant to live that day or something like that. I think I have to remember the exact.
That's a good
wording.
line.
Yeah. Live each day intentionally, something like that. Like there's something there you had to do. And so I'm always like, that always like gets me because I'm not very like up like that.
Yeah.
But I do think that kind of is a nice move, where you pop up, get the paper, guys are always doing that. Leave a note.
You're
on
at the desk
pillow.
already. Oh, hey. Hold on. Let me just finish this thought and then I'll come.
That's right.
You want to grab
Wait, hold
lunch?
on.
She's like, I didn't have breakfast.
Lunch. That's so much. That's funny. That could be a good joke if you were like making fun of rom-coms.
Yeah.
You want to get lunch? What? How do we get on this again? The Hitch thing?
The rating.
Oh, right. So can you do...
I think I'm 9.2, 9.3.
Okay, but can you do that with the ladies anymore? Can you do that with ladies? Can you rate them? Because I used to do what you do. I used to put... And my buddies would give me shit in college about this. And I was like, no, you guys are all doing it wrong. Beyonce is on the same scale as the girl we're dating over there.
Exactly.
That's how I'm doing it. And if you're not in on this, I was fighting with them like a lot.
I was talking to Troy about the ratings of comedians 1 to 100.
Yeah.
And I was like, the seller guys are like, and
because you put everyone on the same.
I put everyone, and I was like, I'm like a 15. And he goes, dude, you're better. And I'm like, no, dude. I'm a 15. If you think about the grand scale, Bergatzi's on it, Chappelle's on it.
I still think you're in the 50s, and you're in a 50s.
No, not even close.
No, come on. In a grand.
I guess in the world, maybe I'm in the 50s.
Because then my
but
brothers,
New York,
my sister, we're all, and honestly, my brother's never done stand-up. I think he's probably in the 30s. He's one of the funniest fuckers I know. So there's no way Shout out to Pete. He might be funnier than me. I get that a lot in my family. Oh, Chris is the funny. Chris is like the fun. Chris is funnier than Matt, and he's very funny, just extraordinarily.
Does anyone
funny.
crack a joke in your family, and then if they get a big laugh, they'll kind of look at you and be like, "Yeah, that's right." My brother will do that. JP.
That's really funny. No, but in my family,
he'll do a little.
My
pretty good.
They'll be like, "Oh, that one." Yeah, well,
maybe I should be the comedian.
My ex used to sometimes do that with her family, and I hated it, to be quite honest. But they weren't doing it from a place of like funniness, having fun. They were like honestly like wondering. But like what I'll do is, which is great, is my brother will say something, and it's the funniest thing, but it's not loud enough because we're a very loud family. Yeah. And then I will pick it up, repeat it exactly, and get a huge laugh. And it actually is like defines a lot of what I do. I do that a lot in hangs when I'm with people. If someone says something and it doesn't get received right, I will take, maybe it's the lawyer in me, I will take the time to be like, that was so worthwhile. Let me shift it, translate it, get everyone's attention and be like, no, that's like Taleli, what this guy was just saying, bada bing, bada boom.
You look at the person that just said it, he's looking around, he's like, no, and you go, and then you deliver it.
It's like a song. It's like someone who doesn't sing. He sings other people's songs. Yeah. You like a perform. Yeah. It's like, give me a second. That was unbelievable.
Right.
That was unbelievable. And my brother's always doing shit like my sister. My sister's much louder, so she'll get it. And my brother he'll get it out there too. But you know when you're like, really, is your family loud? My family's loud, bro.
We're all very quiet.
Really. That's interesting.
What were you going to say about the rating girls?
So I was going to say Beyonce's on the same. Right. So I would always be like, I would, in the 6, 7 was like a really hot. And if she was like an 8, if she got into the 8, I was like, oh, that girl's like an 8. I'm like, she's one of the hottest girls at the school, though. I'm like, yeah, at Michigan. So she's an 8. But we got the world is in this. That's a very high score.
Have you looked around, Timmy?
Yeah.
She's an 8. You're giving this girl a 10?
We're not giving her a 10. And then I would always do this thing where I would never give any. I always say there's probably someone. I would always only go up to about a 9, 7.
Right.
Because I don't know the hottest woman in the world.
Right. You can never give it 10 because then you see someone else and and then you're shifting around. There always has to be room at the top.
Exactly.
And at the bottom.
Yeah, we haven't seen.
She's not a 0. She's a 0.5. We'll give her a 0.6.
But we used to rate like that. But I think now, though, dude, the reason why it feels a little misogynistic is because I can't actually tell how hot I feel, how attracted I am to someone now simply off of like a first impression. I'm still a guy, so like I can be like, oh, that person seems very attractive.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other stuff that we've all had the experience where, like, the more you're around someone, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm really attracted to this person. And at first, you may have been just kind of neutral on it, or you might have thought they were good looking, but they became much more attractive.
Right. That's what I'm hoping for tonight.
What do you have? Oh, do you have something tonight? You're so funny.
Remember, here's...
I almost did a FaceTime date, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to happen, but what are you doing tonight? Don't go tonight. Yeah. We're going to get side. Yeah.
There was a girl that I matched up with that wanted to FaceTime before we went on a date. It might be the same girl.
I'm not going to say her name.
Did you say at?
I was about
You're
to
about
say
to do the handle, the full social media account?
I was about to say her name.
So this girl, maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I think it was a week ago.
Yeah.
We were texting on Hinge. We matched up on Hinge. And I was like really into this. Like, and once again, all looks at this point, right?
Yeah.
But I was really into, I was like, this girl's.
Yeah. Your speed. I like to say she's right up your alley.
Right up my alley.
Your speed.
Right up my alley. And we were.
Why? Can you tell me why? Or just like.
I was going to say, I'll tell you why off. It's going to sound bad. I'll tell you off pod because I've told the guy why I like this type, and they go, you shouldn't say that.
Was it a comic who said that to you, or a real person, civilian?
Both. I've tried it out on both.
If it's a comic, then you really know you shouldn't be saying that. Yeah.
But
you're texting.
So I'm messaging her right on Hinge.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Hey, you want to grab a drink?" She's like, "Yeah, let's do." And I go, "All right, I'm good Thursday, or I can do Thursday or Sunday, right?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "All right, Sunday works." And I go, "All right, let's meet at this place at 7 on Sunday, right?"
Okay. 7.
And this,
nice.
It was a Sunday, right? You can't do 8 or 9 on a Sunday. You got to do 7.
7's like a 7 guy. 7.
I'm usually
would
8.
Never do a 7.
I'm usually 8.
7's a little early bird. You're a little in the early
on
bird.
a Sunday though. People want to be in bed.
I like it though. Don't get me wrong. You seem like your lifestyle. You're a 7.
No. I'm a Sunday 7.
Okay, got it.
I'm a Sunday 7 every other night.
But
8.
but you don't turn into an 11. You're just every other night you're an 8.
No, never 11.
Right.
Especially on the first,
Yeah. But 7, I like 7's such a grown.
11, people look at the 11, they're like, all right, what are you trying to do here? What are we really doing here at 11? You loser.
Yeah, no, it's facts. But 7 is just
I work late.
It's such an. Don't you think 7's a super adult? 7's a very adult time.
7's enough where they're
7.
like, wait, what is this? Are we doing dance? Should I eat before? What?
Yeah. 7. Okay, 7.
So I say 7, and this is 2 days before Sunday, right? I keep checking Hinge. She never messages me back.
Okay.
Right, which is kind of there's a lot of people that flake on these dating apps. I don't know about all you guys. It might just be me. I hope I'm not revealing that I'm a huge loser, and it's just a me problem.
Well, if you had just skated past that, it might have been fine. But you've now definitely highlighted that you may be getting stood up more than
hosed on Hinge.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I think you would want one message back.
Right. So I'm assuming the date's off, right?
Okay, that's a jump. I don't know if
she didn't confirm. She didn't say yes. I said, "Do you want to meet at?" I said, "Do you want to meet at this place at 7 on Sunday?"
Oh, and she never said yes or no.
No, never said yes or no.
Okay, yeah, no.
She just said Sunday works.
But then you gave a time,
and then I gave a time and a place. So
okay, but she did say Sunday works. I would say it's kind of up in the air.
So I don't even go. I'm like, date's off, right?
Yeah. Oh,
but I can't get this girl out of my head. She's like,
Yeah.
So Tuesday,
yeah,
I go, you know what? I love the you know what. So Tuesday comes around and I go, you know what?
It's a pregnant, you know what? You know what?
Such a useless line.
No, it's a whole story. There's a whole film in that, you know what? It's so rich. You know what?
You know what?
And that could be the beginning of the movie. You know what?
You know what?
Yeah, you're thinking about her.
Fade in. Cigarette smoke and coffee. You know what?
Are you still I love that.
He's got a bruise on his eye.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You know
good.
what?
Wow. Maybe I'll actually write something from that. I like that.
Have you ever tried writing a movie where you you don't know what it's about, where it's going to go?
Yeah, I did it. And the first line was, Margaret's a stripper from the Hollywood Hills.
Did you think, is that just what came to you when you sat down to write the paper? Or did you have that in your head and you're like, all right, let me just start writing this?
No, I sat down and I was like going to start and that particular line came to me.
Right.
And I went from there. Yeah. Yeah. So it's the most fun exercise. Do that.
I'm thinking about doing
it.
I got so many.
Well, if you have time,
right?
I get
no.
Yeah.
I was saying about my brother just texted me something that I think that you would really enjoy. We could say it off.
Pod. People are going to be like, "Can I watch the goddamn other pod?"
I mean, this other thing. I could tell you what my brother said. It's not, but
Yeah. Well, no, just finish. So you're still matched with her though, right? Or no?
Still matched. Yeah, she hasn't unmatched. No one's unmatching.
I've gotten unmatched. I'm unmatched by the FaceTime girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it kind of threw me off. I don't know if I said
something. And you're still trying to FaceTime?
I Instagrammed her because she gave me her Instagram handle.
Right.
And so I don't know.
Tuesday comes around, and I'm so attracted to this girl. Feel like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's so my speed. I'm like, I need to try again.
I have this one girl named I'm not going to say her name. This is happening with me. Yeah, keep going.
But I'm like, I don't want to stay on Hinge because maybe she's just someone that doesn't check Hinge a lot.
Yeah.
So I find her on Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow, and then I DM her, and I say, "Hey, I've been at the bar for 36 hours now.
That's funny.
I'm assuming maybe the trains are slow.
Yeah.
If you don't show up in the next 24 hours, I'll assume you're not coming."
Yeah.
And she doesn't. And the whole day, because I do it in the morning, the whole day I'm like, when's she gonna fucking message? And then finally she messaged back. She goes, "Tobin,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I went on
she's
this."
just busy.
Right. She comes up with some excuse. She's like, I went all along, whatever. So she goes, let me make it up to drinks on me. Are you free this weekend?
Oh, okay.
So tonight,
I've
got a tiny cupboard spot.
Big night.
I go, I'm free I can do Friday or Saturday, but Saturday I have a show at 7, so I would have to do it after.
Right, and then you get in the nice.
Right, and then she goes, well,
show.
I can't do Friday.
Okay.
What time are you done?
Yeah.
And I go, this is a 7 o'clock show. I could probably meet up around 8:30. So I got a tiny cupboard spot tonight at 7.
Yeah.
Date somewhere in Bushwick at 8:30.
Bushwick.
But I messaged her. I haven't talked to her, so I met.
Yeah. See if she got back to you. 8:30 on a Sat. I love how you added a half hour. Do you add a half hour if it's Saturday night, or that's just because of the show? I love thinking.
Yes! Exclamation point! I will see you at 8:30.
I see it. I can see it too. Wow! Exclamation points. You're in trouble. I'm gonna tell you right now. I got a spidey sense for this kind of stuff. You in trouble.
I'll tell you what.
You in trouble.
I'm looking for trouble with this one.
Magic. It's magic, folks.
But once again.
He goes, once, I don't even know what the first thing was.
I think she's
once
like,
again.
in my opinion, she's very high up there on the scale of 1 to 10 for my personal preferences.
Yeah.
But we don't know who she might show up and,
Yeah.
she's a whack job.
Chances are probably
in which case
not.
I'll be like, you really let me down here.
Probably not. But
she also did.
She seems nice.
She also did blow me off kind of in the first date. So I feel like I'm kind of on the defense right now. Right? She has the upper hand. She was the cool one that blew me off, and I'm the one groveling back and being like, please
Yes.
go out with me.
Yeah, the thing though is those apps are so crazy that like she's probably just a normal person.
Also I'm a 9 on dates. I'm a 9 too.
Well, you talked about this, and you're right.
I
I said this to a girl after you told this to me on the phone. You were like, me and you, we're guys that need to get on the date.
In person.
And I said that to one of these girls. I go, hey, I'm sorry. I'm not too good on here. I've been told I'm good in person.
Right. You need, in order to fully
get
take in the aura.
We need to get on a date.
The smells, the tastes, the feel. You need all senses.
She did. That's so creepy. She did kind of blow. But again, I don't think when you make plans on Hinge or any app, I think you have to take it in context. They're not true plans.
Right.
Unless they're out. Even text, even for me, when we text and make plans, those are technically plans. But on my ranking, it's call, text, email. Hinge is like, I could tell you, we should get a drink on Hinge and then delete it tomorrow.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm saying is if you're really sprung.
I was like, he's like, no, listen. Yeah.
Yeah, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I guess
what I'm saying is if you're really sprung by someone,
yeah,
that's not a move you do. If she was really
right.
sprung by my profile,
no.
she wouldn't have let it by the wayside. She'd be like, "Oh, I got this guy. Seems really awesome." Like,
and girls don't get sprung generally, not all, but girls generally don't get sprung like that, bro.
Right.
Not from your pictures. She's gonna. I gotta.
Well,
see
last
this
time
guy.
I was this sprung about a Hinge girl, the date didn't go well. So I'm kind of. She was way out of my league.
Yeah, you gotta. I would do some work to kind of get yourself out of this mindset. You're like, whoa, she's so. You gotta like.
Right. I gotta come up with some flaws in my head. I'm like,
you gotta pull the air out of this a little bit because you are, especially like you just said. I would not be telling.
They'll sense it.
Yes, if you tell yourself you're on the defensive, and then you go into this date, you're gonna be in trouble.
Maybe
bro.
I should send her the podcast before the date and say, fast forward to minute 56, just so you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I would probably just come clean and be like, I was very. That's how you can. People don't realize this, but vulnerability can switch the hand. Because people don't know this, but like it's not weakness. So if you just come clean about how you feel about everything, about how you were really into her, and then you felt like maybe she actually blew you up, that's strength. And hand will be switched because now she's like, oh wow, this guy's really confident.
You mean something like
just come
usually
clean.
when like, I wasn't gonna message you, but because you kind of blew me up, but you were so like
just
I was
tell
so
her.
attracted to you that I felt like I had to follow up.
Yeah. Just be honest. Like, and I didn't know. And that's a dynamic switcher. Vulnerability.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can.
You're like, I might fuck it up.
I can say that with the confidence that it requires.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
You might think it makes you look weak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might fumble over a couple words and be like, how do I say this? How do I say this?
Yeah, but it's true though. When people, because it shows people that you're not pulling punches and that you're confident in who you are. It's when you try to be cool. You know this with being on stage. Whenever you try to seem like the man, all of a sudden you're like, fuck, I'm fucking up.
The leather jacket is lame.
That's right. The leather. Oh my God, I would die if you showed up to this because you feel you're on the defense. You come in a
sunglasses. It's nighttime. Cigarette outside. Boots.
Wait, what's her name?
Emma.
You finally made it.
I'll meet you inside. Find a table.
You're just a completely different person. Bro, that's a funny character for you. Where I love that. You're like a guy who's so insecure that he goes the whole other way with it. It's very Ron Burgundy, which is one of my favorite characters in the world. Is that kind of
right?
Trying to seem cool.
God, dude, that's so funny.
He invites her to the office, and he's like 1001, 1002. Oh, Veronica, I didn't know you were coming by. She's like, you invited me. He goes, oh, did I? Oh, did I?
I need to rewatch that.
That's
man.
the funniest. That's my favorite. That's the funniest movie to me in the world.
Anchorman.
The funniest movie in the world. Like Tuesday's Arms and Back. You got the upper dorsimus to the lower. I don't know. I don't want to bore you. Then he has an erection.
God, man.
She goes, Rob Burgundy.
Does he?
Yeah. You go, Mr. Burgundy, you have a massive erection. And then he goes, oh. It's the pleats. It's an optical illusion. He goes, it's the pleats on the pants. It's an optical illusion. He won't cop to his own erection. It's the greatest. That's the funniest fucking movie in the entire world, bro. Oh, I got to give you 2 tickets to the gun show. Tuesday's Arms and Back.
Anchorman.
This is the feeblest pickup attempt. He's like, I'm sorry. I can't get to the gym, so I have to sculpt my guns at the office. She's like, stop calling your arms guns.
Oh, man.
Dude, that's the funniest. That's my favorite. Yeah, he's like, she's like, he's like, are you ready for our date? And she's like, it's not a date, Ron. And he's like, no, doesn't mean we can't have fun though. And then they smash cut to him pulling up in the car to like the overlooking the city.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah, that's a character for you. The like guy who's like the like overly, he does all the most hack moves to seem cool.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
He doesn't leave one out. You got like a handkerchief.
He's like complaining about the drink. He's like, fuck,
These drinks, yeah.
it's a little watery, huh?
Weak drinks.
I should send this back.
I love it. I love it. And scene. Bye-bye.
Right?
Yeah, no, that was perfect.